Hey everyone, welcome to News to Astonish, where we discuss comics, movies, games, and more. And today I'm going to be doing a review for Black Panther. Black Panther is directed by Ryan Coogler, stars Chadwick Boseman, Forrest Whitaker, Martin Freeman, and of course Michael B. Jordan as the villain of the film. So the movie is about a man named T'Challa assuming the role of King of Wakanda, his country where he lives, after his father's death in Captain America's Civil War. And of course he assumes the role of the Black Panther, as does every single past ancestor of the Black Panther did. I'm going to review this movie, but I will not get into spoilers for those of you who haven't seen it, because tonight is the premiere night. I just so happened to catch the midnight release from last night, and let me tell you, this movie is incredible. You need to go see it. Truly a must-watch in the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. Even if you don't watch them all, go see this one. Now, what I really liked about this movie is that this movie doesn't really treat this as a origin story per se. It is a superhero film, but it doesn't really feel like it. It's really about a man assuming responsibilities, taking on multiple tasks. It's about a man going through the struggles of being a king and being a superhero and being there for his family and friends. And it really takes a toll on him. And this is something beyond different from any other Marvel movie we've ever seen before. This movie is about someone who has it all, but yet struggles with loss and so much. It's truly astounding and astonishing. Truly a cinematic marvel. All right, that's enough of the puns. But what I'm trying to get at is this movie does deliver on the action, the fun, the feelings, and of course, the humor. I love the performances from Chadwick Boseman. He is Black Panther. I felt engrossed in the film. I believed his performance as the Black Panther. And I actually believed that a nation like Wakanda can exist in secrecy. And those aspects are the best part of the film. Now, as far as the performances go, Michael B. Jordan is one of the greatest villains in the Marvel Cinematic Universe in recent memories, along with Loki and of course Vulture, performed by Tom Hiddleston respectively, and of course by Michael Keaton as the Vulture. Those guys deliver great performances. Now, Michael B. Jordan is a ruthless character, but he's not your typical villain, not like your mustachio villain that just wants to come over and just kill everybody and just rule the world and that's it. No, he has really good reasonings, and his reasonings, kind of like spoiler here, but I'm not going to try to spoil anything. His reasonings are similar to that of Loki's, and I'll just leave it at that. You sort of sympathize with the villain, and that's what everybody wants to do with the villain. Villains are the bad guys, yes, and nobody wants a villain to win. But people who watch movies and with villains in them, they want to be able to feel. They want to be able to be engrossed in that performance. They want to be able to understand why the villain feels the way they feel. And with me, I was actually able to sympathize with the villain. To me, I love movies when villains are executed perfectly, and Michael B. Jordan surely delivers in this performance. Now, there are a few minor flaws with this film, and I'm going to get into that in a second, but the flaws that I'm going to address right now are very, very small. So, of course, with every Marvel Cinematic film, there's CGI. No surprise there. The CGI is noticeably, unfortunately, and some scenes kind of pulled me out of the film and going like, oh, well, that kind of doesn't look real. But of course, it's a Marvel movie, so how else are they going to be able to perform these special effects? But there are a few scenes that kind of threw me off. You know, there's this one scene where like the people from Wakanda are like standing on this waterfall on the rocks, and it looked oddly placed. Like it looked like there were copies of people placed along these walls in the waterfall. And then another scene, there are moments where Black Panther didn't look real. He looked really kind of like rendered or processed, and he looked really computer generated. And those moments weren't really exactly like even with the moments when he was actually there. So that also threw me off as well. And then another thing that threw me off is when we get introduced to the character of Michael B. Jordan, who's playing the character of Killmonger. And it's a great opening scene and truly enjoyable, and you're like, oh wow, I want to see what else he does. And then it just completely cuts out there, and we don't see him for like another 30 to 45 minutes. And then when we finally do see him again, we're like, oh yeah, he's in this movie, right? That's right. He delivers a great performance, but how they brought him in and then brought him back out later is what kind of throws me off. I wish they would have shown more scenes of him in between that time and space where he was absent. And that was like, all right, whatever. I mean, we'll just roll with it. But nonetheless, exceptional delivery, beautiful performance, a cinematic spectacle, great use of color. And Marvel's really listening about that, because color is a major criticism that all the fans and moviegoers have been giving Marvel. I'm proud to say that the color is probably the best in this film, and I loved it. It doesn't look bad. It's beautifully shot. The actors deliver great performances, and of course the humor is in this movie is amazing. What's a Marvel movie without humor? Just like in the comics. Guys, overall I had a great time with Black Panther. There are a couple of minor flaws, but overall the performances, the cinematography, everything, the story kind of just masks it over, and which is why I'm going to give Black Panther an A-. Well, that was my review for Black Panther, guys. What did you think of it? Did you like the movie? Have you seen it already? Are you going to catch it tonight? Please let me know your comments down below. Be sure to like this video, subscribe for more, and I will see you all in the next comic panel.